Guys, I have something not only to tell you, but to show you. Today I wanted to tell you a story. Another childhood love story, if you will. This is about a girl that was a very big part of my life, and I never talked about her to anybody, especially on YouTube. The funny thing is, we still actually have contact. We're pretty good friends. We talk every now and then. And she always did say to me, why don't you ever make a video about me? Why do you make videos about all the other girls in your life, but not me? And I guess I don't really know why. I think it's more because there was so many stories that I could share about her. And so it just felt like I couldn't really pick just one. And I thought today would be a perfect day to give her her video. She's not really like asked for it or anything, but she just wonders why I've never talked about her. And I thought, you know what, it feels right to talk about her, especially because today my grandma came across something which I honestly gave up looking for. And I had this thing for years. It was a printed out piece of paper. I'll show you guys, I have it with me. And it was a photo that I took of me and her when we were dating. And this was back in 2007. My grandma had it for some reason with my birth certificate, and she was doing some digging and found it. And she was like, why do I have this? And I was like, I was looking for this for years. Like, I knew I didn't throw it away. But yeah, I want to show you guys. It's actually it's so cute. I printed this out in school, so it's like black and white. I don't know how to look on camera. Oh my god, look at us. We were little babies. We were literally 15 here. It's kind of creased and wrinkled, but obviously that's me, that handsome monkey right there. And then that beautiful lady right there is my ex-girlfriend. Her name was Sophie, and it still is Sophie. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was like, how did you even get this? And my grandma was like, I don't know. It was with your birth certificate stored away. I've been looking for this for years. I knew I didn't throw it away. Oh man, it feels so good to have it again. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about her. We were 15 here, and I actually remember the very day we took this picture. We were going out with our friends. It was summer 2007. We were going with our friends to the woods. And this girl was the one who was with me. She's been with me through a lot of things, and I think that's why I never made like a video on her, because there was just so many stories. She was actually there with me through a lot. Like, she was there with me when I got stung by the wasps. I told you guys that story. She was there with me when I went to jail and got arrested. That's a whole another video for another day. I'll save that one for a rainy day, but she was there, god damn it. We really did go through a lot together. And yeah, we're still in touch. We're still friends to this day. But I remember the day we took this, we were standing in her mom's living room. We were talking about how we don't have many pictures of us together. I remember the smell was of hairspray and hair straighteners, like when you just straightened your hair. That's what the smell smelled like. And I remember exactly what was on TV. It was MTV, and I remember exactly what song was playing. It was Kanye West, Stronger. That don't kill me, can only make us stronger. That's what was playing. Kanye West, Stronger, was playing while we took this picture. And then probably just after that was like Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls. Oh, way too beautiful girl, that's why it'll never work. That used to come on a lot too. Another song that really reminds me of her, and I've talked about this to her a lot, is James Blunt, 1973. I would call you up every Saturday night, and we both stay out till the morning light, and we sang, here we go again. That one hurts more than any of the others when I hear it, because it just reminds me so much of my time with Sophie. But yeah, I'm really happy to finally have this picture again. It was more just like, I was going out of my mind. Like, I knew I didn't throw it away. I knew I came across it when I was moving house about 7 or 8 years ago. I just knew that I didn't throw it away. And you know, when you're looking, I literally sat there and looked through every single DVD box because I remembered storing something in a DVD box while I was moving. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about Sophie. And I lost my virginity to this girl. Like, she... But it's true, though. She was my first time. And I remember that night very well. We were sitting in my bed. We were eating chocolate chip mint ice cream and watching House of Wax. And one thing led to another. And you know what they say, don't eat chocolate chip ice cream and watch House of Wax, because you will end up doing it. And that's what happened. We did the wild thing all night, guys. It was wild. I gave it the old razzle-dazzle. Okay, I said I was gonna say nice things about her in the video. But no, she really did mean a lot to me. Like, the relationship did come to a pretty nasty end, and for a long time I did hold a grudge against her for years. But then it got to a point where it just suddenly it didn't feel like a big deal anymore. It just didn't matter, and it was more like nostalgic to look back at the relationship. I literally pretended that she didn't exist for years. But she was my first official heartbreak, I guess you could say. Like, I'd never been so heartbroken like I was over her. Like, at that time, we were like 15 when we dated. I remember when we met each other, we actually met because like I was with my group of friends and she was with her group of friends. I still remember exactly what she was wearing, and we were talking about this not so long ago. I remember exactly what she was wearing and everything. Like, I even remember what she was wearing in that picture. And I was wearing like this, literally this jacket. That's why I wore it for this video. Not this exact one, but I had a big obsession with House of Wax, and I wanted to be Nick when I grew up. I still want to be him when I grow up. I wanted to be him, and he had this jacket, but I was wearing, like, you can even see it in this picture. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see like the waist jacket here, the tactical vest, and the hood. But this was like a makeshift one. I didn't know exactly what brand or anything he was wearing, so I just kind of put together a black hoodie and some random waist jacket that I found. But this is the actual Nick jacket. I have showed you guys this before. It's also the jacket that I wore when I was stood right next to Samara Lee. Like, I had my arm around her, so her shoulder touched here. It's true. I still remember exactly what Sophie was wearing the day I met her, and we were talking about it, and when I tried to describe it to her, because even she couldn't remember, she was like, ew, was I really wearing that? And I was like, yeah. And in that picture she was wearing, it was like a pink and black stripe, very thin material, not like silky, but like similar to that. I can't remember exactly what the material is, and it was kind of like flowy. I remember that's what she was wearing in that picture. And I remember like when we first met, because of our groups of friends, we ended up talking, and like our friends were just hanging out, and they were just hanging out in this like field area, and we were sitting, because it was pouring down with rain the day we met, and we were sat underneath a bush. There was like a little opening, and we sat there together, and we were just talking, and I walked her home, and it was really late. I missed my curfew, and it was dark. It was pouring with rain. She ended up getting grounded because she was also very late, and we stood outside the gate, and we had our first kiss. Still remember that day like it was yesterday. I do, though. I have insanely good memory. Like, I remember everything, and sometimes that gets a little much, but in some ways like this, it's very good to be able to remember stuff like that. And it's also nice, and it's kind of like another reason why I wanted to make this video, is because it also documents it, so if I ever happen to like forget anything, I will always have it as a video. I really wish there was, like, usually with these childhood love stories, there's usually just one single story that I could tell about the girl, but in this case there's so much I could say about her. I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, she was there while I was going through my developmental years, I guess, and like becoming a man from a little boy. Like 15, that's the age when, you know, puberty and everything like that, and hormones are going crazy. I was experiencing changes, and we went through a lot together. Like, there's a lot of good things that we went through, and also a lot of bad things, but I'm not going to talk about anything bad. But we also went through things that were like pretty rough. Like, even for adults to deal with it, it's something pretty big. And I remember when I used to walk her home, there was this one house that had this Christmas tree, and it was a white Christmas tree, and she used to love it, and she was like, I love that Christmas tree so much, it's so beautiful. And I used to say to her, one day, babe, we will have that Christmas tree, we will have that exact one. And well, we don't. It didn't work out. But yeah, I guess you could say, as much as I didn't want to admit it for a long time, she really was like a big part of my life, and I learned a lot about life because of her, and she was there for me through a lot, even when I was struggling with depression, and I was like really going through a lot of shit mentally as well. Like, she was just there, and honestly, I don't even know how she used to put up with it. And you know the way I said about, like, I'm addicted to watching the same movie again and again and again. I've always been like that. I literally had this girl sit and watch House of Wax with me every single day, and I don't know how she did it. But it's so weird to have someone like that, because we weren't together that long either, but it felt like a lifetime for that age. Like, we were only together for, like, I think 10 months or 8 months or something like that, but it felt like so much longer because we were in inseparable. We were together all day, every day. We were in and out of trouble together. We were going through some hard times together. She was there for me when I was going through shit. I was there for her when she was going through shit. After we broke up, like I said, I did pretend that she just didn't exist for a long time. I held a grudge. And then it just got to a point where I started to feel like, you know, she was very important in my developmental years, and she was there for a lot, and I can't really just erase that and pretend she doesn't exist. And besides, the things that we like broke up over was just so silly and childish, and it was so much easier to let it go than it was to hold on to that anger anymore. And so yeah, we're still friends to this day, and I just wanted to make this video because it's almost like a sign. Like, I was literally 3-4 weeks ago, I was looking for that picture. I had the whole house upside down looking for it, and I couldn't find it. Now, sure enough, I have it. So yeah, I thought I would talk about my mystery ex-girlfriend that I've never talked about. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like on it. I'll see you right back here in the next one. Peace out and chase your dreams.